Hi everyone, welcome to my channel for Zonable. Here we're gonna grow steadily, peacefully, and with love. So today I'd like to discuss with you a phrase that really shows the kind of way of thinking, my way of thinking, and it is be bold enough to struggle. Be bold enough to struggle. That's it. So let's think about it, what actually this phrase means. First of all, I'm gonna put a link. This is the article is about meditation, but I take it as a, let's say, foundation for us to talk about like what is actually be bold enough to struggle, because we can think of it as just let's say idea of learning how to meditate, but we can also, for example, learn how to be more confident. Let's take some example that I really would like to do is that be consistent with my channel here and be confident about what I'm talking. So I assume I got this idea, like this article from the Daily Stoic journal and the Daily Stoic book, because I have now, like since many years, I didn't end up, I didn't worked on it steadily, but now and then I come back to it and start again, and I think this time I'm just continuing writing to the journal and stuff, so that's why like it's very like important for me to like keep on going on the Daily Stoic, because there are so many like insights on the growth and like how to cope the life situations, and plus focusing now on this be bold enough to struggle. So I noticed that not every person loves to struggle or is bold to struggle, because sometimes we for us it's easier not to struggle. We want to just close this new challenges, this something newness or something that keep on happening, and instead of like figuring out why it's happening, we just close ourselves from the problem and it's like okay, it's not what I want, and just like, and currently in my life I'm observing a person who's like just keep on closing like from everybody, and like it's also kind of inspiration for me to like understand that okay, like there are people who are really like either they don't have any tools to talk to the world or tools to communicate with the world, and plus this is their choice actually whether they want it or not. Because I remember myself, no matter what was happening in my life, I always was in the decision of making things work out for me. Like everything was so hard. Like so far, when I back propagate my life, back propagate my success, I can imagine that okay, like I came to Germany with only 100 euros, like, and somehow I had to wake up, and now I'm sitting here and on my free time I'm just YouTubing, and like I can actually have free time. Like I don't have to do mini job or something like that, you know, like in order to survive. So these kind of things, they like, I can say that I'm very struggle proof maybe person. So that's why I would like to show you that there is a use case, simple use case of how it can work. You can like observe me and my stories, how I did it, and plus just have this in you where you can deal with life. So I like the subject of life, subject of reality and stuff like that, which is like things which are happening in our life don't have any, like they don't want us make happy or unhappy, but this is like our interpretation of the situations. So we can think about it like from the point of a little child, when a little child thinks that, okay, like this situation happens and like the world is against me or the world loves me or so. And some of us, unfortunately, we stuck in that way of thinking, especially when we undergone some trauma, some bad experiences, stuff like that. So we think still in that dimensions. So in order to like unstuck yourself, unstuck ourselves from this situation, what we can do is like, in my situations, I went like just reading. By reading, whenever book is there, just hungry to figure out things. Yeah, we need to figure out things. Like this is like, okay, at some point when you start thinking this way, like really black and white, you know, like whether the situation that's happening or people that's like you are dealing with, whether they love you or not love you, like not directly, but you know, this duality, this like black white, you know. And that's why yeah, how we can help ourselves to understand like why it's happening. When you just ask the questions, why it's happening, not like, oh God, why is it happening with me or something like that. You're like in this self pittiness, like, you know, no, you are not in there. You just ask your question like, why actually it's happening with me. Like it happens like twice. For example, with the mic was the same, and now with I don't know, like with the Gulchitai, also the same, you know. So then you see two cases, like faces are changing, but the situation is there. So this way you can understand like, okay, why it's happening. Just leave the question open. Not every time we have answers. Sometimes our brain needs time to figure out the answers, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. You need to give yourself time, you need to give your brain time, and you're gonna like figure out this. And another thing is start believing your abilities to think, because some of us might not be labeled, right, as smartest, or some of us cannot think for ourselves. But if you are thinking, and if you're watching this and you kind of understand like, yeah, okay, it's like I understand what you're saying, yeah, then just believe in yourself, you can figure out this. So never think that, okay, like something is wrong with you or so. Like just say like, okay, these are just labels that you got from some situations in life. Just let it go or let it stay there. But now, like now, while you're watching this video, you can just say like, okay, I trust myself, I believe myself, I can do it, you know. And you have ability to figure out things. That's very important. What is the idea of be bold enough to struggle? So be bold enough to struggle means that you need to be in a position of uncomfortable situations. Yesterday I had a very not easy talk with my brother, and my brother was like really supporting me in this situation, and like one of the hardest things I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, I thought, okay, I'm not gonna like manage this because this is too much. But then I just asked my brother like, what if you've heard like the worstest thing like ever you faced like in your life? And it was like, yeah, just be uncomfortable a little bit with that. Like I was like, when I've heard that, like just keep it for some time. I know that is like really uncomfortable, because sometimes we want to solve it, we want to like get rid of this uncomfortable situation, get rid of uncomfortable thoughts, get rid of this thing. But it was like, yeah, just stay with it, like just kind of listen. And I was like very surprised. And today, like this also inspired me to talk about like be bold enough to struggle. Be bold enough to struggle actually means that in the text there was nothing said about consistency, but it actually means in modern world something like consistency. So you have you have something in your life, like it's in front of you, which is like in my situation, be consistent with my channel, like speaking up my mind, and helping people to figure out, because these things are like these are intangible things that might help people. Like this is not like some product, like okay, I have a cup and you can drink out of it and it actually helpful. But there are some other things that like we as people go like face in life, but there are books about it, but sometimes like I'm a person who loves hearing from other people's experience, because like this is amazing. So helping people, like this is my goal, right? Helping people, it's in front of me in case you don't see it, like here, right? So helping people, then be consistent, right? Yeah, and be confident about what I'm talking. Not being able to be confident actually like really stopped me from creating videos. So if you go to my channel, you can see like, okay, there are gaps. This is like me thinking too much. So then like, okay, this is my goal. I'm here. And all the time when something happens between me and my goal, I'm so comfortable. I'm so bold enough to struggle. Whatever happens, I don't have enough time. I'm so uncomfortable to make some confident talks or something. Now I'm not confident, I'm just speaking my mind. So these are also some concepts that we have in our heads, right? What is confident actually, yeah? So just be consistent to come here. That's it. And that means be bold enough to struggle. On the way to here, I'm totally fine to struggle. I'm totally fine to fail. I'm totally fine to do whatever happens. But in the end, I have my, like, let's say, a goal. And then I just go this way. Keep on going, no matter what. And that's the thing. I'll also put the link where there's like this whole article written. You can read it. It's about meditation. I don't have any like ideas about meditating. I'm not like, I would love to start meditating because like super effective, super like efficient people, super like billionaires, trillionaires, they meditate. I would love to do that as well, but now it's like I'm trying to like not do this, but eventually 15 minutes of meditation daily would be like my maximum, and I would love to have it as a habit. Maybe this is also like start of that talk. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching and see you next time.